What's going on? It's your boy SB. All right, so it has been announced and updated that Amazon is going to now be laying off 18,000 people. So this was an update from last month. Last month, I did a video off the previous announcement where the company said that they were going to be laying off 10,000 people. And even in that video, I was already saying that ain't enough for the reasons why they say that they were doing it to prepare for the economic situation that we're in. That was like, what, 1% of the company? Would that really do anything? Then they went on to say in that same statement, more layoffs will be announced in the new year. So we're going to go over the official statement, how the layoff went from only 10,000 last month to now being 18,000 this month. Let's get into this statement. So basically, this is the CEO of Amazon. These links that I'm going to be reading off of will be in the description. I'm basically just going to get to the main points of it. If you want to read the whole thing, it will be in the description. So in here, he goes to say, today I wanted to share the outcome of these further reviews, which is a difficult decision to eliminate additional roles. Between the reductions we made in November and the ones we're sharing today, we plan to eliminate just over 18,000 roles. Several teams are impacted. However, the majority of the role eliminations are in our Amazon stores and PXT organizations. So I'm just going to read through all this and then I'll give my opinion on it. So for those people that's being cut, one of the things that I've always said about Amazon is that they seem like they really try to take care of those people. So in this statement, they also say, it says the S team and I are deeply aware that these role eliminations are difficult for people, and we don't take these decisions lightly or underestimate how much they might affect the lives of those who are impacted. We are working to support those who are affected and are providing packages that includes a separation payment, transitional health insurance benefits, and an external job placement support. So these people are not just getting cut off. They're still trying to help out with the people that they're cutting. I've always said, yo, how many other companies are doing that? I don't know for sure. I haven't really looked into it, but I know a lot that didn't get none of that stuff. And then the last part that I wanted to touch on this statement before I give into my opinions was this right here. This is the actual time. When will this take place? These people haven't been notified yet. So that's why I was even checking my email like, oh, snaps. So when it comes to the date of when this is supposed to happen, or notify the people, he said that we typically wait to communicate about these outcomes until we can speak with the people who are directly impacted. However, because one of our teammates leaked this information externally, we decided it was better to share this news earlier so you can hear the details directly from me. We intend on communicating with impacted employees when? Starting January 18th. What's today? The 12th? The 16th? What? Oh, okay. Like, wait a second. Where have I been the last week? Today's the 6th. So we got about 12 days until they start notifying who these 8,000 extra people are. All right. So my first thing, it says from 10,000 last month to an extra 8,000. That's basically, you're doubling that. That's not just 8. It's at a little over 18,000. What is that? 19.5? Is it more than 20? Is it 22? You know, that's above 18,000. That's almost the same thing as November. So I wonder what the further review was to lay off another 10,000 people just a month later. My personal opinion. I mean, I'm just a little YouTuber and these do not reflect the views of Amazon. I am not a spokesman or a representative of the company. I've always said from when I first started talking about I think Amazon's going to have layoffs last year, like 7, 8, 9 months ago. I've always said, I think it's going to be a big number. Why? Because they have so many employees. They said themselves that they overhired. They were overstaffed by so many people. So personally, this is just my opinion. I think there's a number. It has to be. I mean, like anybody who has any sort of business mindset and you've set goals for yourself, or you're financially, literate and you're trying to plan financially for yourself, you take into account the things that's going on and I need to bring this down to around here to be, you know what I mean? So I know these companies are doing the same thing. So I personally think there's a number that they have to get to. This is just my opinion and speculation. This is me. But I believe that there's a number that they have to get to, but they're not going to just chop off that number. That's just my theory, because why would you cut 10,000 in November and then a whole nother 10,000 in December, but you didn't know that in November? Because in this article, it goes on to say 18,000 represents roughly 1.2% of the company. So if they're doing this for the economic climate that we're in, do we think 1% is enough to adjust in this financial climate that we're in. My personal opinion, I don't think 1%. You feel me? These other companies are chopping off 10%, chopping off the very least 5%, 13%. And this is one of the lowest percentages that I've seen. So the lowest percentage from the biggest company, I don't know, just me, in my opinion, it seems like there's going to have to be a lot more cutting. Just my opinion. I hope I'm wrong, though. So they said where these cuts were going to be coming from, the Amazon stores and what was it, the PXT. Now, do I think layoffs will ever start to hit the actual warehouses? I don't know. I'm not going to say that I don't think so, because I think we're in a time, it's a whole bunch of stuff that people didn't think was going to happen happened. Like I've said before, we'll see other things if that ever does hit the warehouse. We'll see VTO, we'll see MTO, we'll see the cutback and the pullback of VET. We'll see all that, in my opinion. All this is my opinion, before I believe we see a layoff in the warehouse. I think it has to get pretty ugly to see that. But you feel me? I think is going to get pretty ugly for 2023. My opinion, not just Amazon, because there's a lot of companies laying off right now. I haven't just been talking about it, so my focus wasn't really on that. My focus was on staying motivated enough to get out of bed to go to Amazon delivery another day. So now for Amazon, right now, this is a season as we have peak season. Every year, peak season is what? It's popping. It's a gang of work. It's high volume. They peak at that time. Every year since I've been working at Amazon, right after peak season is usually the low, where I've always seen a lot of VTO, where I've seen things slow down. So I wonder how this first quarter is going to look. We got 3 months in the first quarter, January, February, March. Will it be that same slowdown? What happens if it is? What adjustments will Amazon make if it is that same super slowdown in this first quarter? 18,000 people. That is a lot of people. So 10,000 of those people were notified last month. And now we have 8,000 people who don't even know who they are yet. I hope I'm not one of them. But here's my question. If you are one of them, are you prepared for that? Even if you don't work in Amazon, if you get caught in one of these layoffs, are you prepared for that? I've been talking about trying to put yourself in the best situation just in case for like 7 months. I can honestly say I'm not ready to be laid off, but I'm more prepared than I was 7 months ago. Way more prepared. And I'm going to continue to prepare just in case anything happens. So I continue with my same message that I've been saying to everybody for the last, 7, 8 months? Before anybody was talking about an Amazon layoff, guess who was saying it first? Right here. That's a fact. Go look anywhere online. You don't see no layoffs. You don't see no building. You don't see none of that said anywhere else except here with me and my subscribers. We were talking about this the beginning of last year. Once the first quarter report came from last year, we was on that topic. And the same thing I say then, I say now. Listen, get out of debt, build up your reserve, have some cash stacked up to where if anything happens, you can at least still pay your bills. You can at least still pay your mortgage or your rent or your car note, whatever it is. Also, I would try to get you a side hustle. I don't want to say a second job. I did a video on that. I'm working 2 jobs. I've been working 2 jobs the last 4 months. I have a video coming out where I'm going to show you how much I made on my second job, all that good stuff. So subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell just to see what it looks like working 2 jobs and how it can benefit you when it comes to the finance side. I wouldn't say get a second job unless you have to. It's really challenging. It is difficult. I'm not going to lie. But I think we all really need to continue to prepare because the only person I'm seeing, things are going to get better is big media. I don't believe them. You know what I mean? They had the nerve to talk about, oh yeah, we see inflation coming down. What? You feel me? The grocery store. I'm not going to start. The people who make the food, they all saying prices is going up within the next 3 months. I plan to do a video called The Storm is Here. I've always talked about the storm is coming. I think the storm is here. So continue to do the best that you can to save. If anything, cut back the nonsense spending. I know we just went through the holiday season. I'm sure a lot of people spent a little bit of money, but now I think it's really time. Tighten that belt. cut back on any extra spending if you can. Anyway, it's your boy SB. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to hit that notification bell. I'm gonna be dropping a whole lot more videos. I also have some interviews of some other YouTubers I'm gonna bring on here. I actually have some interviews with some people who work in Amazon in the warehouse. We're just gonna hop on, do a little interviews, chop it up and all that good stuff. If you want to be on one of those, send me an email or hit me in the comment section. I'll hit you on Instagram and we can talk about it, because I want to bring that aspect to the page to get different people's perspectives, what they went through, all that good stuff. I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Let's go.
Look, they say I couldn't do it, but I did. Turn stacks to a crib. Yeah, going up, going in. Let them sleep, bedtime, tuck them in.